Ella was desperate, pleading for help as she couldn't hold it, but the clerk stood firm. The clerk insisted on a purchase first, and just when Ella was about to burst, a guy in line suddenly stepped up after a brief hesitation. Ella finally caught on and promptly started to cooperate. Thanks to the assistance of the man, she successfully obtained the bathroom key. Because she finally got the hint, the bathroom mission was underway. Operation Bathroom was in full swing. Ella successfully got the bathroom key, but just as she was about to dash in, the guy snagged her coat and said, "You can't be my wife." Oh, what a series of misunderstandings. This confused Ella, who thought the guy must be into her. While in the restroom, she excitedly told her sister all about it. She was sure the guy was going to ask her out. Meanwhile, her ex was already a distant memory. Then, just as she was washing, disaster struck. Water splashed, soaking her pants. And it soaked the most embarrassing spot. Trying to avoid misunderstandings, she haphazardly used the hand dryer, only to yelp from the heat. "Oh, are you okay? Does it hurt?" "Well, It hurts. Are you okay? I just dried pants, but for 6 hours." After drying her pants, Ella checked herself and left the restroom, but the awaited date invite never came. It was nowhere to be found. Reluctantly, she had to say goodbye to the guy, but just then, he noticed a tissue stuck to her shoe and said, "Oh hey, you. So are you asking me now?" Yes, im ban. And im bear. Meanwhile, Ella was completely oblivious. Nicole stepped on that tissue, and through a series of serendipitous events, their date began. During their chat, Ella was a law student who dropped out because of her ex, and all she got was heartbreak, keeping it all bottled up deep inside. She had never told her family a word about it. For a long time, she carried the burden of unmet expectations. "My life is a disaster. Maybe you saw me turn the corner, or it'll just end up in a clothing store. I see this place. Why do you have such a big look? My mom gave me this thing. She said, no matter how bad it gets, there's always a way to fix it, and right now I don't know why. I'm talking about my mom here." Nicole frowned since she rarely talked about her mother, but Ella could recall happily, making their conversation particularly cozy. They chatted happily, laughter filling the quiet room. Time passed unnoticed. When Ella woke up, she found they'd slept on the couch. She instinctively moved Nicole's hand and got up carefully. After putting on her shoes, she planned to sneak away while Nicole wasn't looking, unaware Nicole was awake. Nicole silently watched as Ella left. It wasn't until Ella stepped outside that she realized nothing had happened last night. It had just been a simple sleep. She wondered why she had to leave like that, so she decided to go back for a proper goodbye. Little did she know, it had already had an impact on Nicole, who had quite a few words to share after listening to Ella. Ella felt as if she had plunged into an ice pit, never imagining her image in Nicole's eyes. Misunderstandings erupted instantly. It shattered the trust they had carefully built, and Ella thought they might never cross paths again. But fate often tweaks reunion strings. 6 months on, Nicole attended the engagement party coincidentally. The groom-to-be was Ella's sister. Sisterly alliance brought Ella in for introductions. "The door is over there if you want to sneak out. I know it's your deal. I'm just a nuisance." Sensing the awkward atmosphere, the sister and friends tried to give them space, but instead, it led to an even bigger argument. Ella even falsely claimed, "Signed, I'll buy your broomstick," sent an invite. Still at 28 Fuckboy Lane. The tension continued as they both believed that their sister's relationship wouldn't last long, thinking they just needed to survive. So, "I'll just head for a drink, then another drink, and then a few more drinks. Then see you again. Cheers, buddy." But fate slapped them in the face quickly. Soon after, they both received wedding invites in Europe and had to fly out. Coincidentally, they took the same flight. Nicole saw Ella alone. Since Ella mentioned she was engaged before, Nicole approached her and jokingly pointed out the old man next to her as her fair. Ella was left speechless. Then they resumed their banter. Next day, they arrived and were met by Ziohei, who came alone to pick them up. They had no choice but to share a ride, even though they couldn't stand each other. A short ride later, they arrived at their destination. The friend told Nicole she had invited her beside Nicole's ex. What Nicole didn't expect. Her ex brought along her current boyfriend. Nicole feigned indifference, though inside, she was hurt from her ex past betrayal. This made it difficult for her to move on. Meanwhile, Ella faced a headache herself, with her sister's same-sex. Her parents put all their expectations on Ella, constantly setting her up with potential suitors, leaving her overwhelmed. That evening, Ella dressed up for the party and met Nicole in the hallway. Their eyes met, but neither smiled. At the party, after a brief greeting, they played a game of charades, which was meant to be a fun and light-hearted. After returning home, Ella impulsively filmed a short video, promoting herself. Follow me and like it.